So it's official. Phillip Schofield has quit this morning, and no doubt it was coming. Um, and in a statement released, Phillip has said, "I've always been proud to cover fascinating stories on this morning, but recently this morning itself has become the story. Blah 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 blah." But the thing is, he has now stood down from his role as presenter on this morning, with all the bad, ugly stories that had been coming out when it comes to his the stuff with his brother, and his brother was sentenced to 12 years in prison yesterday. The falling out with the co-host Holly Willoughby, and all this other stuff to do with allegedly an affair with it was a former runner on the show, and also potential grooming. He had to stand down. But it is kind of funny though. I mean, yesterday they just reported about how Holly and Phil are going to take a week long break, and they're going to be back hosting this morning a week on Monday. But now you've gone from that they're taking a week, taking a break for a week, and now he's quit the show. Um, and I mean, with him leaving, I mean, my guess is he's probably going to get a decent payoff. He'll have you know, I imagine they're going to pay him off. They'll give him a nice six-figure sum, and then for him to go away. Um, I mean, the whole thing of him resigning. I mean, really, it was. I mean, he was under. He was pressured into doing so. I don't. From what they said, he didn't want to leave. He was fighting it. He had his lawyers in. He had a PR team. That guy, showbiz guy, Gordon Smart, the Scottish guy, but it just you don't see anything real positive with Phil. Uh, you don't see the mainstream media reporting anything positive about this guy. They try to mention stuff about him leaning heavily on the pal Simon, but that's not gonna look good when people really do some digging on that guy, Simon. But I mean, and the whole thing is, I mean, when you get into the whole things to do with the allegations with the McGreevy kid, I mean, it's not good though. I mean, it's obviously not good for Phil. He's gonna potentially be in some really deep shit soon, deeper than the shit he's already in. But it's just, I mean, if ITV were in on this, if ITV knew months before that something had gone down, and that Phil was actually gay and he was seeing somebody or had an affair with someone on the show, but then they did that whole thing in February 2020, just before COVID, and it's such an emotional moment, him coming out, and then I think Eamon Holmes and his wife Ruth Langsford were there. It just won't make them look good if they were in on it the whole time. But I guess for ITV, it's better for them to just get rid of him now, as opposed to when all this shit blows up very soon, and I believe it's going to. That then Holly's going to look really bad, and then and so are ITV. But obviously, a lot of these faceless people, executives on the channel, they can maybe they might not feel the backlash as badly as say Holly. If Holly was in on the know with this whole thing with Phil and Matthew McGreevy. But one thing with this, with Phil stepping down, I think with a lot of people in this, I don't know if to call it a community, but with people on YouTube doing videos, the people who are down that rabbit hole, so to speak, who are, I guess you could say, are quote unquote red pilled. There's people out there that have done a lot of work that I think have forced Phil to resign. With reporting on the truth. There's a lot of credit. You got to give credit to people like Paz, ex-Army Paz 49, Divided Kingdom, and there's a good few other people out there. I think even that guy Sean Atwood's got a big following. He's posted videos on it. I'd like to think I played my part. I did my video. It really picked up steam on Sunday. 24 hours after I uploaded my video, the dark side of Phillip Schofield, Daily Mail started reporting on the whole thing with the Matthew McGreevy kid. And so I think we've definitely put pressure. I believe we played our part and we put pressure on and made ITV take action. Um, and yeah, but now I guess you could say it's karma. Karma is coming to collect for Mr. Phillip Schofield. I mean, you don't hear really anybody in showbiz say really a nice word for him. You don't hear about all these other celebrity friends. I mean, Holly was like the main one, and that's because they had to work together alongside each other almost every day for 13, 14 years. So you would come close friends with somebody eventually, but no one's really had a good word to say about him. Um, Eamon Holmes might have been kind of nicey nice when they had to be with him on camera, and but I think Eamon he's had nothing to say good about Phil. He's totally blasted him. But so this is the first step now. He's quit this morning, and I think this is all this stuff that we all know about. Let's be honest, we all know about. That it's all going to come out. I mean, they had to take action, ITV, because the ratings are plummeting. You got top celebrities; they don't want to go. They've said they don't want to go on the show if Phil's still presenting because all these celebrities who all have publicists, and the publicists will know about all this stuff and the allegations. So they're not going to take that risk being on the show with Schofield still being on. Did stop Carol Vorderman though yesterday, I think, but or the other day. But anyway, though, I think the main thing is though that um, I'm a big believer in karma and a big believer. For me, I'm about justice, and I think just now, he's gonna get what's coming to him, and just everything's just kind of just it's step by step. There's the whole Qgate thing, and again, there's the stuff with his brother, but it's not like him and his brother were in on this with this whole thing with the underage kid. That's separate incidents, but definitely though, as I said in my first video, the walls are closing in on Phillip Schofield, and yeah, again shout out to guys like Paz and Divided Kingdom. They played their part, and yeah, karma's coming to collect for Mr. Schofield. So there's my thoughts, guys. Thanks. See ya.